Hello, dear everyone. So I'm putting together a video explanation of the dance style that we're gonna review next. So the first lesson will be posted somewhere on Saturday or Sunday. And as you probably know already, we're gonna be learning the style based on the music that I sent to you. So the style that we're going to start learning is one of the latest development of in the belly dancing, and this is one of the most modern styles in belly dance. It was developed probably to be exact, like no more than 8 years ago, and the style is called pop oriental, like pop song, pop oriental. Before they used to call it just pop song. That was the name of the style, just pop song. For example, in competitions, there was a category that was called pop song. They would have category folklore dances like baladi and shabi, and then they would have the pop song also as a category. So on the background in the video, you will see some examples of this dance, of this dance style. I will be playing different dances for you. So for example, this is Diva Darina, Ukrainian dancer. I'm gonna let you hear the music for a moment. Okay, so the style is originated in Eastern Europe, and to be more exact, where it originated in Ukraine and Russia. And it was created as a style because they had to give some kind of name of this style of dances in competitions, for competitions, and that's why the style was created, like to somehow summarize the rules for this type of dances. So what is this about? This dance style is extension or a modern version of tarab or classical song dance styles, classical Egyptian dance styles. So this is a modern version of those styles. Okay, so here is another example, another dancer dancing this style. I'm gonna let you hear it for a moment. Also pay attention to different costumes. Okay, so now more about the style. So because the music is changing in general, all music styles are changing, and this doesn't exclude Oriental music. And of course, the modern Oriental music is not the same as it was in the 40s, 50s of last century during golden era or before that, right? So the differences in the beats, in melodies, in the different approach that singers have, musicians have, and things change and music changes and develops as well as any art form. So that's actually a good thing. And of course, this happens in belly dancing world and in Oriental music in general. So because the music changes itself, the dance changes as well, because we dance to what we hear, right? And our dancing will change based on what we hear. So what is pop oriental? Pop oriental is dancing to a song. And it's very important that you understand what the song is about, because you're telling a story. Here is another example. This is Daria Mickiewicz. She's also from Ukraine, and they normally call her pop oriental queen. So she's considered one of the best dancers of this style. Let me play it for you for a moment, let you hear it. also pay attention to her costume. Okay, so as I said before, this is a relatively new dance style, and what you do in this dance style, it's very important that you understand what the song is about. You have to tell the story. You have to show that you understand what the song is about, and you have to show it with your dance moves. That's rule number 1. Rule number 2 is the main rule of Oriental dance and belly dance in general. That applies to all styles except of, I guess, tabla solo. That you have to dance based on the melody, not the rhythm. You have to follow the singer's voice. You have to follow melody of the song, and you do not follow the rhythm. That is always on at the background. But there is but. Okay, here is another example, and I want you to hear the music first before we continue.
على ما يبدو شكله ظريف، على ما يبدو دمه خفيف، وعلى ما يبدو شكله ظريف، وجوه لطيف، وحكيه طريف، ومنه سخيف، على ما يبدو
I hope you noticed that she's dancing to the same song we're going to be using. She's not a very, famous dancer. I just chose this one because it's the same song as we're going to be using. Just as one of the examples. Not the best example, but just another example for you. So, again, as I said, there is one but. You, at the same time, you follow the rules of Oriental dance and Oriental musicality. Musicality meaning that you understand the music and you can show in your dance that you understand the music. There is also the but that when it comes to rhythms. So if you pay attention, you will hear the rhythm of this song. Let's listen again. I hope that you heard dum tek, dum dum tek, dum tek, dum dum tek at the background. So that's the rhythm, and it's always at the background throughout the song, the full song. You will hear it. This is those who did the rhythms workshop with me. I hope you remember that this is the Saidi rhythm. Okay, so this is another example, and I want you to hear this music and try to hear the rhythm on the background. Okay, in this song, as you can hear, there is a rhythm at the background, and that rhythm is dum tak, tak, dum tak. So I hope you remember that this is maksum. Most of the songs, about 80% of the songs, will have maksum rhythm on the background. So at some point of your dance, to follow all the rules of musicality, you will have to show that you hear the rhythm. So you have to carefully, at the right moments, include some movements that will show that you are dancing to the rhythm, but it doesn't have to be more than 5-10 seconds of your dance. Everything else has to follow the leading instrument or the voice, and you have to show it with your dance that what you are dancing to. Are you dancing to the voice now, or you're dancing to one of the instruments? Okay, so now let's listen to our song. So what do we have here? Look at all these instruments of the band, you have select choir, you have the singer, and you have the band at the back. So right now you hear her voice, right? At this part, you will have to dance to the voice. And then there is a part when you hear the band. Now, this is a very important part. What instrument is this? So this instrument is called duduk. And if you go back to that part of the music, you will hear duduk playing, that guy is playing on duduk. And at the background, there is Saidi rhythm that plays at all times without non-stop. It says dum tek, dum dum tek, dum tek, dum dum tek. And then you hear the singer singing, you have duduk playing, you have the band, you have the select choir. So when you have those two, the instrument, the duduk playing and the rhythm at the background, you cannot dance to the rhythm at the background. You have to dance to duduk because duduk part is the leading part. But here in this song, it's the Saidi rhythm is very obvious. So let's say if I have to judge a dancer who is representing this song during the competition and dancing pop song, if the dancer doesn't show at some point of their dance at least 5 or 10 seconds Saidi moves in this dance, I would reduce points because it's very important that the dancer has to follow the musician, the singer, follow duduk when the dancer has to, follow select choir when select choir is singing, and at important parts when you hear very obvious Saidi rhythm part, the dancer has to show Saidi rhythm. How the dancer shows Saidi rhythm? If you took the rhythms class with me, you should remember a couple of Saidi moves that we do, are very typical for that style. So let me try to find an example for you. Okay, so this one is going to be a bad example. Watch and listen. I'll explain what's wrong. This part. So during that part, she had to show duduk. But what is she showing? She is showing the background of duduk. If you listen carefully, you will hear tika 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 tika. So she's showing that part of music, and that's a big mistake. If it was a competition, any judge would reduce like 300 points for that. That's a very, very big mistake. So let's watch one more time. She has to follow duduk. She's not following. She's following something that's on the background. That tika tika tika, that part. Watch here again. Tika 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 tika. That's what she's showing instead of showing duduk. Not good example. In general, this dance is not very good. I would reduce a lot of points. She's not following the music rules. The dress is very nice. I like the dress, but the dance is not nice. Look at her. This one is going to be a good example on how to dance to duduk. Look here. Okay, so let's look at this example and see how is she doing certain things. So here she's showing duduk. No, I don't like how she's showing duduk. So let's go back, and I wanted to show you something. Look here. This part, pay attention. You see, Saidi. So here she showed 2 Saidi moves, and that's enough. That's enough for this dance, good. But I don't like how she's showing duduk. Okay, this accent was good. Duduk wasn't good. This part of duduk is fine. No, had to be a little more smooth. This part is good. Something else I wanted to mention in regards to this style. Another way of calling this style was lyrical song. So some romantic lyrical song. But not all songs are romantic and lyrical. So our song is happy, and but it's not common for this style. Normally what we have very romantic lyrical songs about love, about suffering and stuff like that. For example, here. Also pay attention to the costume. Something else I wanted to mention in regards to this style. Another way of calling this style was lyrical song. So some romantic lyrical song. But not all songs are romantic and lyrical. So our song is happy, and but it's not common for this style. Normally what we have very romantic lyrical songs about love, about suffering and stuff like that. For example, here. Also pay attention to the costume. So this one I wanted you to see the costume, the dress. So as you probably already noticed, you can wear a 2-piece costume, classic belly dancing costume, or it can be a dress, which this one I find very pretty. It's a very interesting dress. I think it fits the dance very well. Also another example. Here is another example of another dress for this style. So as you can see, you can be, there is a lot of freedom in the choice of the costume or the dress for this dance. Obviously, you don't see anyone dancing in Galabeya because this is not for, Galabeya is not for this style. Galabeya is for folklore dance. Let me see if I can find another example for you. I find this costume choice also interesting. So you see, it's like a dress, like half dress, half 2-piece costume. Let's see. From the dresses and costumes that you have, you can pick either a 2-piece costume or, for example, the blue dress that we use for our ballet performance also would be very nice to use for this one. It's gonna fit with the dance and the style very well.